Hello, I'm Justin Swecker, and I'm going to be giving you a presentation about the Great Wall of China. In 259 to 210 BC is when it is believed the construction of the Great Wall was began. Nearly one-third of the original wall that was constructed has disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows where it went. It is a symbol of physical manifestation of Chinese strength and a psychological reputation of a barrier maintained by the Chinese state to repel foreign influences and exert control over its citizens. The workforce used to build the Great Wall of China was 400,000 strong, and it's said that 300,000 of them have died and been buried within the wall. This is the most historical place in China. It was started by Emperor Qin Shi Huang. It was one of the greatest structures in human history, as listed by UNESCO in 1987. This is also the only man-made structure in the world that can be seen from outer space. This is the best known and preserved section of the Great Wall. It was built in the 14th through 17th centuries AD, which is around 1368 through 1644. The main purpose of the Great Wall was for protection from enemy invasions. The Great Wall has been attacked 15 or so times. There could possibly be more or less. Nobody knows the exact number. Genghis Khan was the first one to actually attack the Great Wall. After several days of fighting, he eventually broke through and pushed towards Beijing, but since the wall held him for so long, the Chinese were able to get an army together and push him back and keep him from taking over the country. Genghis Khan's grandson, though, broke through. Unlike his grandfather, he took control over China and was in control for over hundreds of years. This wall was also used during World War II. At the beginning of the war, the Japanese and the Chinese fought for 3 days, but at this time, China was in a bad state in their military power. And after the 3 days, the Japanese prevailed with their overwhelming firepower that the Chinese could not keep up with. But by the end of the war, the two forces met at the Great Wall again, but this time with the help of the Russians, the Chinese actually defeated the Japanese, and some 3,000 Japanese soldiers were killed in less than an hour. The structure of the wall now. Much of the wall fell into disrepair after the collapse of the Qin dynasty. This dynasty lasts for 15 to 20 years. It wasn't a long dynasty. Nobody knows why it collapsed so quick, but it did. But some of the main reasons that the wall is in disrepair: there's also been roads cut through the wall to make travel easier for everybody going in between countries. The remaining suitable part of the wall is 45 miles north of Beijing. It was the part of the wall that was built between the 14th and 17th century. This part of the wall has seen some very important people in the world. This area is where the President Obama visited in 2009 in his first term as president. The Great Wall of China has been a huge part of Chinese history. It has kept so many invaders out, but it may not have been perfect in protecting China, but it did slow the attackers down enough for them so they could always mass a counterattack to try to keep them out. And also, maybe one day we'll know where the one-third of the wall that originally was built disappeared. No one knows where it's at. There's been historians looking for it for a long time, and none of them can find it. Maybe one day we'll be able to know. And maybe when they find it, we'll be able to know actually how long the wall was at the time that they took the distance of the wall. That without the part that was missing was 13,120 miles. It is a vast wall. And I would like to thank you for your time and listening to me today. Thank you.